I had something written down, but just as my life has gone, we're just going to go ahead and wing it last minute. As my friends can attest to here, that's been my life in a nutshell. I just want to say a few words. Nate, by the way, you look unbelievable. You look fantastic. And Brooke, you look stunning, but you know we share genetics, so it's not catching me by surprise one bit.
Brooke and Nate are very family-oriented people. Tradition means a lot to them, and the fact that you guys are here to celebrate the wedding with them really means a lot to me and to them as well too. So the fact that we have this much family and friends here really is a special moment for me, and I just want to thank you personally, and I know Brooke and Nate do as well.
How's everybody doing? I'm Chris Adams. Woo! Let's end on that. That was solid. I was so fortunate to grow up with a twin. Not a lot of people can say that, but for twin brothers, we were very alike. We had the same interests, we had the same hobbies, we had the same friends, we had the same clothes. Thanks, Mom.
I want to thank, first of all, my wife, Ruth Ann, who worked exhaustingly preparing for this wedding. I came home every night to flow charts, cutouts of people, probably for the last 3 or 4 months, and she did it all really by herself.
Over these 21 years, we have had a lot of laughs, some tears, and some laughs and tears combined. We've talked about a lot of things and made a lot of important life decisions together, like what kind of Lisa Frank pencil pouch we needed for 2nd grade, what we were wearing to the next Gallup dance, what kind of matching backpacks we needed to buy, and that was definitely senior year of high school, not 2nd grade.
I've been friends with Brooke for a while. We met in 5th grade when I was sitting all alone at lunch, and she graciously saved me from being alone and, fabulous. Ever since then, we have been dominating life side by side. Brooke, you are so lovely, so beautiful today, even more than your normal gorgeous self.
And as one of Brooke's matrons of honors, 3 whole weeks of being married gives me a lot of insight of this whole marriage deal. So listen up, Brooke. Just kidding, I don't know anything. But, Nate, you no longer have a say in anything. Brooke, it's great. It's perfect.
But this is the time I need to talk about Brooke. So I try to think about things to say that are funny, but it's really hard for me as a father. Brooke has been a perfect child her whole life. So she made parenting very easy for Ruth Ann and I, because we had to live to a higher standard to be her parents.
Good, it's only 1 page. Whew. Brooke, we have waited so long for this day, and now it is finally here. These last few days have been so crazy, but it will all be worth it in the end when we become husband and wife. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. You are my rock and my everything. I am truly blessed and the luckiest guy in the world to have you as my wife.
My husband, I cannot believe that today is finally here. I know without a shadow of a doubt that you will be a phenomenal partner. I know you'll be the sweetest father to our children. I know you will be the best example to our friends on how to be a family leader. But most importantly, and probably the most difficult, I know you will be the best friend that I could ever ask for. These are the things that I know based on your character, your heart, and your ability to make every situation a positive one.
It was actually my freshman year of college. It was a Friday night, and I had a paper due at midnight, and I believe I texted Brooke around 11:15 p.m. and I said, "Hey Brooke, didn't even start this essay yet. It's supposed to be 1,500 words. I think I need help." Brooke said, "Hey, yeah, no problem. I'm just writing a 25-page thesis right now. But if you give me the topic, then I'd love to help you out." 10 minutes later, Brooke calls me back and says, "Joe, I have this paper completely finished. It's double-spaced. I gave you a title page." She says, "Do you want to read it over first?" I said, "Well, Brooke, noticing we have 58 seconds left until I don't get credit for it, we might as well send the rough draft in. And not only did I receive 100, but I also got a personalized message from my professor that same night, going on and on about how this is one of the greatest pieces that this guy has ever read on sports nutrition. That means for the next 12 papers that I have due for the rest of the year, it's going to be complete disappointment from here on out. So with that being said, Brooke, to tie that in, no matter what the situation is in life, whether it's highs or lows, you've always been there for me. You've always been my biggest supporter. You've always been my best friend.
Our most recent favorite topic of discussion has stemmed around how being an adult is just not as fun as we had envisioned. But with all of my sage knowledge of being married for a whole year and a half, I can tell you that the best part of being an adult so far is finding your person. Nate, I am so glad you're Brooke's person.
He's been my partner in crime ever since I can remember. Whether it was climbing the laundry chute to go spy on Carter, or it's being in preschool when we looked identical. We traded name tags, and our parents would come pick us up, and we're in the wrong classroom. We've been in the wrong classroom the whole day. And everybody's like, oh, Nathan is so friendly. Well, that's not always the case. When I first met Nathan, it took him 2 years to finally talk to me. Nathan goes above and beyond what's expected of a twin brother. So Nathan has been so good to me. He kept a secret from my parents for 13 years. 13 years we kept the secret from my parents. The year is 2003. I had a severe leg injury from playing soccer. My doctor was very adamant, Chris, you need to be bed rest for 3 weeks. We get a call from Mike Jenham also. He's like, hey, y'all should come over. Puts me in a wheelchair and puts on his sweet rollerblades. And we find out, oh my goodness, our parents are about to be home. Mike's like, Chris, I got you. I have this gas-powered scooter who can get you home a whole lot quicker. Mike has his little rope, and I'm sitting there holding on. My leg is in a cast. We get about 30 yards out of his driveway, and this wheelchair starts getting speed wobbles. Mike, and he's just going. He's not stopping for anything. This thing tips over, okay? And I try to catch myself, it does not work. I go back to my doctor, and he puts up the x-ray of last week, and he puts up the x-ray of this week. It is drastically worse. My parents have never heard this story until today. And so that's the kind of brother he is. He always looks out for me, and I just couldn't have asked for a better twin brother.
Brooke is a very hardworking, driven person. Nathan, I think you know that already. Since she's been a year old, she was up the earliest in the household every day, 6 o'clock in the morning, from about, a year old, I'd say. So Monday through Saturday, not a problem, because I get up early anyway, but Sunday you're trying to get an extra little bit of sleep. Well, somehow Ruthann conned her into coming to my side of the bed. So every morning on Sunday, I'd wake up and I'd look over and I see these two eyes looking at me. And she always says, good morning. So I'm like, what do we need to do, Brooke? She said, Dad, let's watch a movie. So we walk into the living room. Brooke liked dolls. She had a doll collection. Brooke had 14 dolls. Each doll had their own pillow. So we had to take the dolls and set them in a semicircular fashion around the TV by height. Small to the left, tall to the right. And I'd usually put on a Disney movie and I'd try to get about an hour and a half of sleep. She didn't need me up. She just needed me laying there with her while she watched her movie.
I will always be here for you, and I will always put you first. You mean more to me than everything. You keep me calm, you make me happy, and when I have a bad day, you make everything better. I couldn't imagine any adventures or long car trips without you by my side. We complete each other, and you're also a Knoll fan, which is a match made in heaven.
I was always told that you should not judge your friends based on who is there to celebrate with you, but by who is there for you in times of heartache and failure. With this being said, I promise to always be there to celebrate with you, but more importantly, I promise to support and love you in times of sadness. I promise to be there for you when you are hurting or when you have failed. I promise to never give up on our love, and I promise to do my very best to make every situation better.
I always knew that you were someone special because after we started dating, I knew that you were not just someone that I could live with, you were someone whom I could not live without. I always prayed to God to help me find my soulmate, and He answered my prayers when He joined the two of us together.
You are comforting in times of sadness. You bring the party in times of joy. I have never met someone with the ability to be so great at both until I met you.
Now, I've been friends with Nathan for about 7 or 8 years now, but I've known him for a lot longer. I'd like to read an excerpt from some literature I have here in the form of a Mother's Day card that I wrote when I was very small. There are so many words and poems that describe you, like Nathan's stupid rose poem.
But it was that first phone call I received from Brooke telling me that she thought she just went on a first date with Nate Adams. I could hear it in her voice. The girl that for years told me she was never getting married, she wasn't going to find someone, had found her person.
And I instantly know that everything had changed. It was over, she was done, she had met her person.
Now, you might be wondering why I would read that. For 2 reasons. First, Brooke, I want to let you know you've got a lot of beautiful poetry coming your way. Secondly, I am not the kind of brother who just automatically supports and accepts everything that his little brothers do. Case in point, that card. However, this, I absolutely support, accept, encourage.
She's beautiful, physically, but also inside. She has been that way her whole life.
But not only do they share the same sense of humor, they share the same heart. Brooke, you are an incredible person. You light up every room you walk into with that big smile and fun-loving personality. Your caring nature shows in absolutely everything that you do. You have been by my side for almost every major life event. You've been there for the ups, the downs, and everything in between. And I can't thank you enough for being my best friend.
With all things life has brought us, we have stood with each other for every for every happy time we could have ever imagined wanting. And every tough time we could have faced alone. Sorry, I practiced. You've encouraged me when I thought I wasn't enough. And you're pretty much one of the reasons why I've accomplished so many of my goals. Your joy and your zest for life makes everyone better. And because of it, you've taught me what life should be. There are no words to describe your impact on not only me, but everybody else in this room. Your pure beauty and your strength remind me so much of my mom. The only thing that would make this day even better would be if she was here with us. And I am so, so grateful that God blessed me with you so that I get to continue to see her every day with you.
You are my best friend, you are my sushi date, you are my baseball buddy, you are the ride in the car and sing at the top of our lungs friend, you're my confidant, you're my partner in crime, and most importantly, you're my sister. She is the most selfless person I have ever met in my life. She's completely loyal, and for the last 26 years, you've been it for me. I've never doubted that we would share our wedding days with each other and that we would stand by each other's side. One thing that it didn't hit me until recently was that I now have to share you with someone. So, I have to say that I'm glad it's you, Nathan.
Brooke, I ask you now, do you promise to take this man as your husband, to live together in the holiest state of matrimony? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others to keep only unto him, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
Nathan, I ask you now, do you promise to take this woman as your wife, to live together in the holy estate of matrimony? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others to keep only unto her, so long as you both shall live?
I do. I promise to help you sharpen your strengths and improve your weaknesses. I promise to be patient with you and to understand your side of the story. I promise to always respect you, support you, and care for you. I promise you all of this because I love you and I want our relationship to be the strongest bond that anyone has ever known.
When times are tough, I hope the two of us will draw on God's strength to pull us through life's challenges. I will strive to be the best husband you could ever want or need and promise to love you forever. Love, Nathan. Love you to all the moons and back.
I will not always be perfect or even good at these things, but I promise to always give you my best. I cannot wait to meet you at the end of the aisle and for every single day after today. Love always to all the moons and back, your wife, XOXO. Holy smokes.
This one though.
What?
Jesus answered, have you not read that the one who made them at the beginning made them male and female, and said, for this reason a man shall leave his father and mother to be joined unto his wife, and the two shall become one flesh? So they're no longer two, but they are one. Therefore what God has joined together, let no one separate. Basically, the recipe for your life as one is right here. Keep your sights on God. And remember that God has called you right here together as a new creation. Who gives this woman to be married to this man? Her mother and I. Nathan, you've joined hands with your bride-to-be, so I'm going to ask you now to repeat after me. I, Nathan, take you, Brooke,
I, Nathan, take you, Brooke,
to be my wedded wife,
to be my wedded wife,
to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, as long as we both shall live. Brooke, please repeat after me. I, Brooke, take you, Nathan,
I, Brooke, take you, Nathan,
to be my wedded husband,
to be my wedded husband,
to have and to hold
from
this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, as long as we both shall live. Eternal God, creator and preserver of humankind, giver of all spiritual grace and author of everlasting life, send your blessings upon Brooke and Nathan, whom we now bless in your name, that they may perform and keep the vows that they have made this day. Grant that they may dwell in perfect love and peace together and live according to your laws. Look graciously upon them that they may love, honor, and cherish each other, and so live together in faithfulness and patience, in wisdom and godliness, that their home may be a haven of blessing and a place of peace. Through Jesus Christ, our Lord and our Savior, in whose name we pray. Amen. Now, by the authority committed unto me as a minister of the Church of Jesus Christ, I declare that Nathan and Brooke are husband and wife together, according to the ordinances of God and the laws of the state, and in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, whom God has joined together, let no one put asunder. Nathan, you may kiss your bride. Friends, it is now a great pleasure to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Nathan Adams.
So excited to celebrate this next chapter in your life and to make many more hilarious memories with you both. Nate, good luck making a decision ever again. And Brooke, remember that getting married is like inheriting a 20-something-year-old child. Sorry, Nate. I love you both, and I'm so grateful to spend this day with you.
And I just couldn't be happier that it was someone that I knew could love her as wholeheartedly as I love you, and will protect her, and will take care of her. And most importantly, you will share her with all of us. So here's to my best friend and my sister, and to the love of her life.
Nate came over one day and brought this amazing, beautiful piece of art into our apartment and just slammed it onto our wall. And for like 3 years, it just stayed there. So I think that this would be a perfect addition to your home as a newly married couple. So if everybody could please raise their glasses to toast this wonderful couple to lifelong happiness. We love you guys. Cheers. Cheers.
I'm so happy to welcome you to the Adams family, but I do not want to forget about Joe. Joe is also now part of the family. It's about time we got some athletic ability in the Adams family. But I wish you both the best, and I'm so happy for the both of you. And so cheers to Brooke and Nathan.
I couldn't be happier with the person that you've chosen to marry, Nathan, and I couldn't be happier to welcome you to the family, Brooke. And with that, I would like to raise a glass and cheers this union.
You know, growing up, I always told myself, you know, if Brooke ever gets married, I'm really gonna judge whoever. You know, she's kind of high maintenance, so. You know, this guy better be bringing his A game. But Nate, after meeting you, not only can you solve a Rubik's Cube in like a minute and a half, but you are charming, you are smart, you are funny, and you are, above all else, you are selfless. And I just want to say, as a future brother-in-law and to the Adams family, I couldn't be more excited. So with that, I'd just like to raise a glass. And cheers, everybody. Thank you.
I have nothing bad to say about you, Nate. I was trying to think of something funny, but the only thing funny I could say is Brooke said to me when you guys were dating, she goes, Dad, you know, Nate's a lot like you. And I'm like, well, why do you say that? Well, he talks to everybody, which is not a bad thing. And Nate does have that because he treats everybody with respect, with kindness. It doesn't matter your status, who you are. He just loves people. And I am very comfortable in trusting him with my daughter's life, because I love him as a son. And he has every trait that I would look for in a son-in-law. So I want to welcome him to the Rogers family. And finally, I don't have a glass, but I'd like to raise a toast to Brooke and Nate for a happy, long life together.